Welcome back to Longyearbyen, the world's northernmost town, where polar bears roam, the seasons are extreme, and the village is tiny. Not only is the location of Longyearbyen itself very special, Svalbard is an island close to the North Pole, but there are also some rather unusual laws here, like the fact that you can't give birth on the island, locals have to be armed when outside the village, and that we have an alcohol quota. I recently made a video about this fact that there is a ration on how much alcohol each local can buy here in our town, and people were shocked. Today's video will answer some of the things I didn't mention in that video, like does this ration apply to restaurants and bars, what if you're a visitor, etc. But before we get right into it, let's do a quick recap. Disclaimer, this video is only for educational purposes regarding the laws and regulations on Svalbard. It does not contain any consumption or promotion of alcoholic beverages, only talk about the regulations around it. Let me also quickly introduce myself if you're new here. My name is Cecilia and I have lived here on Svalbard for almost 7 years now. I'm originally from Sweden, and if you have been here before, welcome back! If you want to see more of my life here in the Arctic, make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Alright, so let's do a quick recap of the other videos so you know what I'm talking about. Svalbard is governed by Norway, and the governor of Svalbard, known as Sysselmesteren, represents the Norwegian government. Even though we're governed by Norway, we don't share all the same laws or rules as on the mainland. We have our own, and one of these are the alcohol restrictions. There are around 2,400 people living in Longyearbyen, which is the biggest village on Svalbard. Here the official language is Norwegian. The sale of alcoholic beverages on Svalbard is regulated by quotas. People who are registered in the Population Register of Svalbard and over 18 years old can get an alcohol quota card. The alcohol quota was put in place when Longyearbyen was a company town and the main industry was coal mining. It's said that to keep the coal miners from drinking too much, which would possibly interfere with their working ability, a ration was put in place. The products of choice for the miners were liquor and beer, so therefore that was limited. The officials, however, enjoyed their wine and didn't want that to be limited, so there was no limit put on wine purchases. Decades later, we still have this rule, and you cannot as a local purchase anything without this card. So now let's look at what the ration is per person per month. It's up to 2 bottles of liquor or up to 4 bottles of fortified wine, up to half bottle of fortified wine, alternatively 1 bottle every second month. Up to 24 cans or half bottles of beer containing no more than 4.75% alcohol by volume, and then light wine for reasonable consumption, which means that there isn't really a limit on it at all. So now let's answer some of the questions that I got on the video because I clearly failed to mention some things. Are there bars as well as government liquor stores? Yes, we have a couple of bars and restaurants here in town. Food-wise, you can get everything from sushi to pizza and burgers to an 8-course fine dining meal. If you want to do a bar crawl, it is very much possible to visit all bars in one night. So, where does the quota apply? This ration only applies to what you buy at the government-owned alcoholic beverage retailer, and we only have one of those. It's the only company allowed to sell beverages containing an alcohol content higher than 4.75% in Norway and on Svalbard. So basically, this ration is only applied to what you buy to take home. If you go out to eat at a restaurant or go to a bar, that consumption will not affect your quota and you do not need to provide your card at purchase. If you're a visitor, you can go out and order beverages just like normal. But then, what if you're visiting and want to purchase a beverage at the alcoholic beverage store? Tourists have to show their airline ticket when shopping and are allowed to buy in total 2 bottles containing more than 21% alcohol, 1 bottle of wine containing 14 to 21% alcohol. The governor of Svalbard may grant persons living in Svalbard or staying here for more than 30 days permission to make purchases according to the same quota rules. Does this increase the amount of homemade alcohol? In 1928, there was a law put in place that prohibited the production of alcoholic beverages on Svalbard. But in 2015, this law changed as one man managed to get permission and changed the law to open a beer brewery here on Svalbard. According to a couple of news articles, that also means that the production of beer and wine at home became legal, up to 7% in volume, that is. But brewing at home isn't, again, as far as I know, something that is very common here in Longyearbyen. Is there a market for unused ration cards? In other words, if somebody doesn't drink, will people offer them money to buy for them? Well, in my 7 years of living here, I've never heard anything of the sort, so I'm going to say that there isn't, but of course I can't speak for everyone. But in my opinion, the quota doesn't seem to bother that many people that I know. If you want to have a party, people get together and purchase what they need, and meeting your friends out at a restaurant or at a bar is just kind of very common. And now to the last question for this time. What about the cruise ship passengers that are not allowed to purchase alcohol due to the operator rules? Like I said before, the governor of Svalbard may grant persons staying here for more than 30 days permission to make purchases according to the same quota rules. However, this does not apply to passengers and crews on passenger vessels, fishing vessels, etc. They need to export alcohol from the mainland and cannot purchase any at our local alcohol store. So that was today's addition to the Svalbard Facts and Myths series. I realized when I did the other video and I read the comments that I was like, I think I did not answer everything. I was like, I missed some vital information points, like where does this apply? But so I answered those now. So I hope you have a broader understanding of the alcohol cards, the famous alcohol cards. As you can see, mine has actually been used this year. But again, it's not really something that I think that we think a lot about because, well, I'm not a big drinker, so maybe that's why. But also my friends, it's just never been a problem. During my 7 years here, it's just kind of be like, yeah, otherwise we'll just go out or... Yeah, so that's it. It's 15 degrees here right now. It was 18 degrees. It is 18 degrees in the village. 18 degrees. It's warmer here on Svalbard than it is on mainland Norway and in Sweden. It just feels very strange. So we started the day, me and Christopher, with a coffee out on the porch in front of our door, which is our new favorite spot because it's sunny. That's beautiful. It's just beautiful. That's also why I'm wearing this, because we are getting so sweaty. We're just not used to this. Inside now, because I've closed the doors, is 23 degrees, which is okay. The other day it was 30 degrees inside. What? It's crazy. Fenris is also staying with us for 2 weeks. So you're gonna see him in some upcoming videos. And my friend was just here as well, Michaela. She was my first friend ever visiting me here on Svalbard. I've only had my parents here. I actually filmed some when she was here. So that's gonna be in an upcoming video. There's just so much fun coming up. Don't mind my hair, my face, everything. I need to get myself together. But so if you want to see more of our fun life up here, subscribe. I'll also be doing kind of not like a cabin build version like I did before. I have a whole series when we built this cabin, but I'm gonna kind of update you on my vision for the TV room, which I'm now so excited. Who doesn't love a good project? That's what I realized I needed in my life. I need to plan something fun. I need to make a new cozy room. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check my latest video where we're moving around stuff in our house instead of spending $20,000 on a renovation. But I think we should look at the view. Oh, do you also want to know, there's like a little bit more than 1 month left until the first sunset. I'm already looking forward to the polar night, like an unreasonable amount. I need to like bottle this up and remember this. Like, do you know what you said in July? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the view. I'm airing my sheets outside. We can say goodbye to the alcohol card business for now. Until next time. Yeah, of course, if you have any questions on the alcohol card or anything about it, just write it below. And also in the video about this, I asked you to give me more ideas of what you want me to make videos about, and those were, I've added so many to my list. So again, do that. If there's anything specific you want, you're like, how does this work there? write it in the comments and I will put it on my video list. Because that's fun. It's always fun to do a mix, at least I think. It's always a lot of fun to do a mix of super cozy cabin vlogs with kind of teaching you about Svalbard and getting more of like an idea about it here. Because maybe you want to move here, who knows? Okay, enough rambling. Now let's look at the view. Oh my God, it's so warm. OMG. This is incredible. Do you want to go outside? All right. It feels like very warm. There's no like cold feeling in the air at all. It's incredible. I also very often get questions on why I put my duvets out and everything. And that is because it is very good to air your sheets. To get like dust mites out and just get dust out in general, and also the smell of Arctic air on sheets. Oh, one of my favorite smells. It's just nice. I highly recommend. Put anything outside. We put clothes outside. I mean, the dog toys, anything that we just want to, you know, freshen up. Sure. I agree. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to check out my Patreon if you want to see different content that doesn't really make it to my YouTube channel, like coffee chats with my younger sister when I was in Portugal, and other weekly coffee chats, and also cooking with Christopher with recipe cards. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!